Hey friends! Welcome to my channel and Happy New Year! I know I was supposed to put this video out a while ago, but I ran into a lot of issues that made it really difficult to finish. So many things happened, personal stuff happened, then Christmas happened, then New Year's happened, and then before I knew it, it's almost Valentine's Day. Yikes! But we're here now, and today I have something very special in store for you guys. I am so excited for you to see all of the hard work I've put into this project. If you've been keeping up with my channel, even at least a little bit, you'll know exactly what today is. I've finally finished redesigning Beatrice Hold. As I said in my last post, this project did end up taking a lot longer than expected because I severely underestimated the amount of time it would take to get this thing done. And my perfectionism was running wild during this whole thing. But, you know, after kicking all of that to the side, I am generally pretty happy with how it turned out. For the most part. But anyways, I think I've done enough talking, and I've kept you all waiting long enough, so let's get into it. So, I first drew Beatrice back in 2019 during Inktober that year. She wasn't for any particular prompt, she was just something I drew for fun. And I ended up really loving her. Because I just drew her randomly, her whole aesthetic ended up being pretty random as well, but overall, before the color, I think the outfit and hairstyle still hold up. However, this is a character redesign video, and you're not here to see the same thing redrawn all over again. Add on to that the worst color palette I've ever used, and you get something like this. It's bad. I hate it. I have never felt happy with it, so in the trash it goes. I've never actually redesigned Beatrice, and I have very few characters that I have overhauled the design of before, so this was an interesting challenge. I took the design I made for a little over 4 years ago and gave it an overhaul. It was actually way more fun than I anticipated. Not only was Beatrice one of my favorite characters, it seems like you guys liked them too, so when the votes came in on my next big project, I knew I wanted to draw Beatrice in a way that matched my art now, and in a way I knew I would be happy with moving forward. So, it was time for the overhaul. I brought out my sketchbook and started looking through my Pinterest for design inspiration. I came up with 8 hairstyles and 5 outfits to choose from, and over the next couple of days, I had my viewers help me choose which ones to use. After that was done, I drew her one final time in my sketchbook, adding some cute accessories, and then moved on to color studies. So for this redesign, the color palette was a huge focus for me. Since I absolutely hate the previous one, I put a ton of time and energy into coming up with the best possible color combinations that I could get. I toyed with different hair colors, different color saturation and brightness, and eventually landed with the colors I was most happy with. I kept the hair pink, gave her a white turtleneck, a green sweater, and orange shorts. I think they really turned out super cute in their final design and so colorful, and way better than this. Just look at it. These two side by side, no contest. Next up was my favorite part, poses. I'll admit I started with the worst one in my opinion. While drawing this first pose, I experimented a bunch with the line work, jumping between bold lines and pencil sketch, and the worst part, the face. I'm still not happy with how the face turned out. Not only do I think the face looks way wonky, I colored it weird too. You'll see in the other two that I usually start with a base color for the entire form. This one I colored in sections at a time. You'll see I changed a lot by the end to make it more bearable, at least. But for now, on to the second drawing. I really committed to the pencil outline and made it a light kind of pinky brown color, then went in with the soft dip pen for the colors underneath. I started by filling the whole pose in with the skin tone, then locked that and added some blushing to the cheeks, nose, hands, and knees. I then moved on to adding layers and clipping them onto the underlayer to color in the clothes, hair, and other details. Honestly, this one is my favorite of the bunch because I really feel like it captures the essence of who Beatrice is. I mean, look at her. She's just so cute. Yeah, I'm super happy with how she turned out in this drawing. After getting all of the colors laid in and coloring the line work a bit, I added another clipping layer and set it to multiply for the shadows. I used a kind of pale pinky brown and added the shadows away from my light source. Then went in with a linear dodge layer and a bit darker of that same pinky brown to pick out the highlights. After that was all said and done, I moved right along to our final drawing. Now, since this process is pretty much the same as the last one, I figured I'd tell you all a bit about her. Conceptually, I always imagined her as being similar to Jester from Critical Role, a super energetic, sweet girl with a big heart and a way to find the brightest side in just about everything. Now that she's been developed a bit more, I find she's like a mixture of Jester, Pike, and Willow from the Owl House. They're sweet, passionate, caring, bold, and definitely not afraid of a challenge. Beatrice loves a good prank and will always do their best to find ways to make everyone around her laugh. She's a foodie, a bit of a gamer, and a fantastic older sister to her siblings. Since most of you know her from my Owl House speed paint, I thought it only fitting to add a little bit of a shout out to my original concept for her. So here's a little sketch I did of her in her school uniform with her palisman. As a witch on the Boiling Isles, I figured that Beatrice would be enrolled at Hexside and study potions, healing, and illusion magic. She loves bright colors and all things adorable. I had so much fun redesigning Beatrice, and I think it would be awesome if I could do that with more of my characters in the future, so stay tuned if you're into that kind of thing. If you'd like to know more about Beatrice, I'm thinking of continuing her characterization in future videos, so let me know down in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. There's not much else to say really, so without further ado, let's showcase the finished drawings. I'm trying to get better and grow in the way of getting longer form videos out, and this being my first voiceover video, I'm obviously going to be really awkward, so those of you who stuck around to the end, thank you so much for your patience, and thank you all so much for all that you have contributed to my success thus far. I really appreciate it. I wanted this to be my big 100 subs project. Obviously, that didn't end up happening. I'm so sorry, guys. Life happened. But I'm here now, and I've gotten a little over double the amount of subscribers I had when I first started concepting this video. So I'm really blown out of the water, first of all, that I have so many of you consistently watching my stuff. Thank you all so much. If you do enjoy what I do, please consider subscribing, liking the video, turn on your notifications so that you never miss a video from me, and leave a comment below on your thoughts. Thank you all so much, and until next time, here's to over 200 subs.